but it also kind of makes it a very default standard.
Well, we are underway. Oh no, we're at a Weetabix again. And just a big 20 to start in Link's house.
Some special sprites tonight. saltyphry using wireframe Link, and Numberplay using Squirtle. We have a very early map check.
Yes, we had the blue pendant at Eastern Palace. We had non-5/6 crystals at Desert and Hera. I can tell you those were the sprites they also used in Game 1. So these are the sprites they seem to consistently use. And we have the bow to start.
I got my bow.
We have found the archer class.
Only problem is that Eastern wound up being a pendant, so it might not change routing that much.
Hey, you never know. We also have a heart container from the Uncle Tunnel. Alright, so the bow will actually help in terms of trying to farm that bomb for the back of escape. But right now, you know, they've got tons of arrows to take out those guards, so escape sequence should be pretty straightforward.
Salty opting to skip killing the guards for bomb farming. See if that hurts him.
I can certainly tell you in the first race that back of escape was pretty loaded, and both runners did get it, but that was something from race number 1, that back of escape was important. I think it was like Power Glove, and there was something else that was in there that was of importance. Two heart containers so far, so health so far isn't a problem.
Not early on. No bombs yet.
Alright, there's a small key. As we usually like to point out here, that in non-key sanity mode, you will find the dungeon items in there. So we found the key, and we're still looking for the map. Those are the only 2 dungeon items in Hyrule Castle.
No luck yet for bombs. Ooh. Magic powder, though. It's a nice safety item. Gets you a location.
Yes, I know runners certainly love their powder.
Actually, kind of gets you 2 locations. It enables you to use the mushroom. If you find the mushroom, you can turn it in right away instead of having to maybe hold on to it for the powder glitch.
Yeah, most runners these days, if you get the mushroom, you usually try to save and quit, so that way if the mushroom doesn't hold anything, you can then hard reset for fake powder. So far, neither runner finding a bomb, and Numberplay's only got 12 arrows left. saltyphry still has more than half of his.
To the back of escape, as this is standard, they will have the free light cone.
Yep. In standard mode, we give the light cone so that way we don't have to force the lamp to be in Hyrule Castle. But after that, then you're going to have to find the lamp to see in the dark. By the way, while we have a moment in the Speed Gaming channel, we should point out that if you are of the French persuasion, that there's a Speed Gaming Francais that Ninband is going to be commentating this race on. So if you would like to try that out, please make your way over there. And speaking of, there's the lamp.
So no dark rooms whatsoever this time.
Oh, double 8-bomb drop from the
That's
rats.
humongous for Salty. They'll solve any bomb problems for the early game.
Now, hopefully, Numberplay does remember to keep trying to target the rats.
He's getting a little nervous about his amount of arrows.
Yeah, only 7 left. All right, mirror, map, and $20. So you're certainly going to want that mirror.
Number's gotta find a bomb in this room.
All right, there you go. He got it.
We found the key and the map. That means that there will be an item in the sanctuary chest. Another heart container.
You could almost call that a French vanilla heart container because that's not the Sank heart.
I think Nimbam would probably have to call it the French vanilla heart container.
That is true.
Salty not opting to check the lumberjack spot.
Yeah, this is a new thing I've seen a lot of runners do, is that they will save a few seconds by not doing lumberjack because they won't check it until either they have to do AGA or they have the boots and could access the lumberjack spot if needed.
Number doing the same thing. There is a risk to this, however. For instance, if the hammer is sitting there early, you may want to know that information.
Yeah, I certainly am a completionist at heart and want to have as much information as possible, but it is one of those things where a lot of times, realistically, you're going to know if it's an AGA seed or not based on whether you need it for Dark World access, and then if it contains an item, generally the seed is going to give you the boots in order to do it. So, I kind of see where the logic is in bypassing Lumberjack Cave until you actually can do it. But either way, we got now the 5 chests in Blind's hut. 10 arrows. Quake medallion. $20. And 5 bomb upgrade.
And Numberplay opting to use the mirror glitch. What that is if you use the mirror in a spot where you're not allowed to use a mirror while you're pushing a block, the block will simply disappear.
Certainly is useful in other caves. It's rarely seen in Blind's hut. Got a bunch of cash in the well. There's Bombos. So a lot of magical medallions that certainly would be nice to have a sword to actually use those.
And the chicken hut check. The blue mail. Oh, this is going to be a nice defensive seed so far.
Which is funny, because in their first race, blue and red mail was in the well along with 2 bottles. Speaking of which, we're going to see Sick Kid here.
Advantage of an early bottle. Just some bombs.
And just a little bit of love in the tavern. All right, 5 arrow upgrade on the library ledge, so nothing much there.
Seven Heart Seed, about 10 minutes in. Could get an eighth one if you really want to, but no real need.
All right, there's that map check again from saltyphry. Now this is interesting. Using the bow, he's going straight for Eastern. Well, he was going straight for Eastern Palace. Now he's just heading south to see what's on Lake Hylia Island, which is just $20.
Now he's gonna head to Eastern.
Now he's gonna head to Eastern, and Numberplay is doing the same play.
It's just a pendant, however. I guess you go in there to check items, but you're not going to get a crystal out of it. It's not even a green pendant. If it was a green pendant, I would understand, but I don't know about this.
Well, we got
Boots.
some footwear.
Salty immediately checking out.
Yeah. So French vanilla boots there. And with that, as you said, saltyphry's going to say sayonara and go head to South Shore.
But Number looks like he's going to stick to Eastern.
This will be interesting.
Our first major route divergence.
Brian, we have found your cane. If you're missing it, please come to the Lost and Found in the swamp area to pick it up. And $20 from the bush crab. So there's your Zora money for saltyphry, but we're not going to be able to water walk just yet without the moon pearl. Although, wait, no, water walk, you still need the moon pearl even with the boots, I think. Interesting using Cane of Brine to take care of the mini troll dorms. We got an empty bottle, $5, $1, 10 arrows, and a heart container. Very poor mini troll dorm cave.
Meanwhile, Numberplay in Eastern just getting a piece of heart from the right side chest. Gonna go towards the left side.
Chat pointing out that was Sankart we found.
Not a great place for that. You really want to find that deep in a dungeon when you're low on health.
Oh, we got a hammer.
Oh, the hammer!
All right, so that pendant Eastern Palace actually did have something of use. And so did Ice Rock Cave with the Moon Pearl.
But it depends on when Salty heads back here.
Now, what is saltyphry doing?
I don't know.
Is he trying to set up the water walking glitch, I think? Yeah, that's what he's doing. There we go.
Slight variation on the fake flippers.
All right, so third item in Eastern was triple bombs.
Silver
arrows.
arrows.
Waterfall of Wishing, yep.
With the bow, that's going to make this game very easy for the most part.
All right, what lesson does good King Zora have for us today?
Lesson of love.
Love lesson indeed. And now saltyphry is going to head back to Eastern Palace.
Yes, and he's going to go get his hammer and whatever Armos has. Still no sword.
And at this point, we've got Bonk Rocks and we've got Bonk Rocks and we've got Aegina's Cave, and that's about it.
Whatever's on Armos. No, it's a math.
Yeah, we had all three. We had found all three items.
Numberplay taking this in case it's a pedestal seed?
No, I mean, at this point, early on, you wouldn't mirror out. You would take the pendant just in case.
Odds of a pedestal having an important item is not terribly high. Especially when 2 crystals are in the light world. Yeah, with the silver, Salty will have a slightly easier armor should he opt to do it. But it's not a huge time save. Bonk Rocks is a big 20.
So that, I think that has to mean Aegina's Cave has to have something. We can't get to Death. We can't get to Death Mountain.
No Dark World access without the lift glove.
Nope. Oh, Magic Bat!
Mind you, Numberplay still has not made his way to South Hyrule. Salty gets his hammer. And the Mad Batter has a sword.
Okay. Now we still need another sword or a cape to do Aga 1.
Preferably you get the lift glove so you don't have to do Aga 1.
Alright, so we're gonna see Aegina's Cave first from number... Oh wait,
he hasn't done South.
Yeah, he hasn't done South Shore at all. I forgot about that. You're right. And saltyphry is going to go ahead and finish off Eastern, even with having the 3 items.
As they go over each of their steps, as a reminder, this is also being played on Speed Gaming Francais for those who want to listen to this in French. Your friend Ninban is calling it there. I'm just having a heck of a time. Salty opting to get the rupees in the rupee room of Eastern.
And he did Zora, so you want to... That would at least be getting money...
For the monkey.
Yeah, either the monkey or the digging game. So at this point, we're down. Aegina's Cave is going to have something. If it's a power glove, that's Dark World access, or it's going to be a sword, or a sword or a cape. That would be Aga 1 access. It could also be flutes, maybe to get up to Death Mountain, or a book to get to Desert Palace.
Could be a shovel just as easily a couple fetch quest items available.
All right, just like that, saltyphry has the Yarmos Knights down. Numberplay has the Moon Pearl.
I think Numberplay is looking to fake flipper here.
Doing the...
Or the boot glitch.
Yep, but didn't get it.
So, we'll see a fake flipper. That's one way to get to the end of the screen. I never thought of that. If you lay a bomb down, it pushes you to the edge of the screen without you doing a transition.
Yeah, that has been a thing I've seen a lot of runners do before, is where you use the bomb to bonk you to the end of the screen. Now, actually, Hobo, we did not see from saltyphry, but you wouldn't have been able to do that with the water walk that either of them did. It's just a big 20 anyway. Saltyphry, meanwhile, is going to go to Magic Bat and get his sword. And chat bringing up a good point. You know, Hobo is out of logic right now, so it wouldn't have been progression, but still interesting to get that check out of the way.
Salty was about to get his sword.
All right, now we're going to have someone go into Aegina's Cave. And like we said, this is the last check. Some form of progression has to be here.
It looks like Numberplay's heading there too.
All right, let's see what it is. Moment of truth. Master Sword, this is Aga.
Aga 1 required. And with the boots, I bet there's something in that spot. In the lumberjacks.
And honestly, you know, to our earlier point about skipping Lumberjack Cave, this is, you know, I guess precisely an example of why you would do it. Because at this point, you know, you have to do Aga for Dark World access, and you have the boots. So now, you know, you save the time checking it again. You can just go do it. But honestly, at this point, saltyphry has a little bit of a lead on Numberplay, but not really just a Hobo check worth of difference between the runners.
We're talking a 10-second check here. Difference here, maybe.
Yeah, so there's, I mean, virtually they're neck and neck at this point. And at this point, both of them are running through Aghanim 1.
How often would you say agonemia is required? I know there's been statistics on this somewhere.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. That's one of the stats from the randomizer that I have not looked into. But since this is an Agaseed, we usually like to play a little game here as to guessing how many blue balls we're gonna get from Aghanim. You can guess anywhere between 1 and 15. Ridley, any guesses?
I'd say 3.
I'll go 1. I'm gonna be optimistic today. All right, there's the guaranteed yellow ball. 3 random ones from here. That's 2. First blue ball. Interesting that saltyphry is in a different position, but was still off enough to be able to dodge the blue ball when it hits. Because normally you see runners like right here be on the side like Numberplay is.
That's number 2.
That's number 2, and we're at 5 hits. And there we go.
2 is our winner, so we tied that, I guess.
All right, map check in Dark World. Thieves Town was green pendant. Meyer was another red pendant. Cane of Samaria, speaking of Meyer, is on the pyramid ledge.
At this point, they only have access to Eastern and Southern Dark World. They do not have any access to Village of Outcasts, believe it or not. Well, they have access to Village of Outcasts. They can go around.
Well, and Pod was a crystal, so Pod is full clearable at this point.
Yes.
Chad also pointing out that Ice Palace and Swamp Palace are today's 5/6 crystals.
Nope, sorry, Village of Outcasts is not available right now. Need a gold glove for that.
All right, let's see what hype we got. We got 20 bucks. Piece of heart. Piece of heart. 5 bucks. And 50 bucks. Ugh. The second
Cave of Mediocrity.
This is the second seed. It was the same for them in race number 1.
Cave was mediocre.
All right, but Numberplay is heading for Pod again with hammer and bow. This is full clearable.
Yeah, this is definitely the right play, I would say.
And to your point earlier, hook shot will get them to West Dark World as well. You don't just need the tight power glove.
Well, actually, all they really need is the silver gloves. They definitely don't need the Titans mitts. They can get around the 2 other warps at that point.
Mm-hmm. All right, South Grove Cave. We've got just a big 20.
Salty's only going to have the Grove check, unless he's already done it, and the digging game, and he's going to be out of spots to check.
Lumberjack Cave. He could just mirror and then go run up to the Lumberjack.
Very true. Still don't like that he skipped pod. I wonder if he didn't realize he could full clear it.
$300 at the digging game. But instead, he's gonna nope out. And we'll see. This probably means he's heading for pod.
I would say so.
Power glove in pod.
So that will open up the rest of Dark World. Excluding Dark Death Mountain, of course.
All right, another small key. And the other one.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of small keys and locks in pod. It's one of the things that makes this dungeon kind of a variety of hell in Key Sanity.
Especially trying to randomize it. But now that we got all the keys in the front, now we'll see what sort of goodness we have in the back. We've already found that power glove, so that will certainly be the progression we're looking for. And Numberplay still picking up money.
I don't believe he checked Zora.
Oh, yeah.
Never fun when Chola Rock is a crystal, because A, you have to do it, and B, boy, does that greatly increase the odds of a pedestal seed.
Certainly does. We'll get these last two checks, and then we'll look into what can be on the pedestal once we see this big chest here. Which is just a big 20. Okay, so Meyer, you need flute, you need Titan's mitts. We already have Canis Samaria. Thieves Town, we got everything we need for Thieves Town. And we've done Eastern. So yeah, it's basically Titan's mitts and flute are the only two things that can't be on the pedestal. Hook shot, both fire and ice rod. Book even, but since you need the flute and they've got the mirror and the Titan's mitts, they'll be able to get to desert even without if the book were to be on the pedestal.
So when we see the flute soon, that's going to make this very interesting. You see a flute and a glove upgrade, especially.
Yeah, because Thieves Town is full clearable at this point. Swamp, we can't get into without the flippers. Hera is full clearable, so you could do Death Mountain. Thieves Town you could do. So there's at least one crystal dungeon that can be done right now in Hera. And there's a lot of items, so I would imagine Death Mountain's probably next up here in the near future. All right, Numberplay is into Helmassar. All right, mask off, silver arrow to the head, Helmassar down.
No real problem there for Numberplay.
And just a big 20 off of Helmassar. But the first crystal of the game, 36 minutes in.
So here's your question. Do you head for Village of Outcasts, or do you go on up Death Mountain?
I would do Death Mountain because of the crystal.
I would at least do the front of Thieves Town and do Village of Outcasts, just because if I want to get gold gloves before I climb Death Mountain if I can.
That is true. Certainly that's what we'll need to see what happens. Numberplay, meanwhile, is going to do Hype Cave, Stumpy, South Grove, and Dig Game. Take a moment and remind everybody that, again, this race is being simulcast on Speed Gaming Francais, so if you are so inclined, check it out over there. Nimban is commentating that for us. But to your point earlier, yeah, I'm more inclined to go where the crystals are because I know it can be completed. You're right that having Titan's Mitts would make checking Dark Death Mountain easier, but I would be more inclined to go where the crystal dungeon that is completable is.
Salty making quick work of Helmassar as well. So let's see where Salty goes.
All right, saves and quits.
We do have ECM access.
That looks like he may check. Well, we'll see if he goes to Death Mountain or checks Lumberjack while he's there. Yep, we're gonna see what's on Lumberjack Ledge.
Chat brings a good point. Is Tower of Terror in Logic right now?
Yes, because you have the mirror.
Well, wait, you have the mirror from the back of Escape.
Yeah, and that's in Logic.
Oh, you even forgot the gloves?
Yep.
They assume you get a bomb. Okay.
In standard mode, I believe it assumes you can farm a bomb, and if not, and if you're going by open mode standards where it would assume you need the power glove, you could do that through the power glove being in pod. So that was in Logic.
Right. Okay. So it's totally, yeah.
I may be wrong on this, but I know at least with money for Zora that you have to have that since the game assumes you can farm bombs, it doesn't assume like where the money drops are, and Don't know if that's the case with bombs. Old man has a cape. I'm actually gonna go check that real quick.
But either way, it's illogical because of the silver gloves in pod. Ooh, and the red sword in Village of Outcasts.
All right.
Ah, the treasure game.
Ooh, and we got a fire rod on Spectacle Rock.
This route divergence is already very interesting. So far, I would say Salty is just taking a slight lead by fighting the fire rod. That means he can go up the Village of Outcasts and just go right on ahead and do Skull Woods.
Which is in. All right, Numberplay gets $50 to start in Thieves Town. Small key to start in Hera.
That's 2 items out of Thieves Town already on those first 2 chests. You can see more than likely Number's not going to complete this dungeon. Three items in the front of Thieves Town. Numberplay's going to grab the big key just to have it and leave.
Yep, he just nopes out.
Chadrain in chat pointing out something important. In Randomizer, you can always go back through the front with bombs.
Yeah, I was just checking the logic in the randomizer code. Hold on, let's see what's on Bumper Cave. Just a piece of heart. Actually, no, I'll wait until after Troll Dorm and I'll tell you what I found. Alright, down goes Troll Arm. We're gonna see what is in Graveyard Ledge.
Just some bombs.
Okay, so escape logic. If it's open mode, it basically the logic is either you have you can have the power glove to be able to lift the rock, or have the lamp and the Hyrule Castle small key. In standard mode, it just checks if you have the Hyrule Castle small key. So, because you're always going to get that, it follows the same logic as rupees. Since you can farm bombs, it doesn't assume if you have bombs.
Numberplay coming up pretty empty on his Northern Dark World check. I guess he's gonna run up the mountain right after this.
And Titan's Mitts. Okay.
That is humongous.
I have to say, this is playing out exactly like race number 1 did. saltyphry I don't want to say right. It was a correct check, even though it wasn't a good or a bad check. But he just made the right checks in terms of going to the right places before Numberplay, and that paid off for him in terms of winning that race. And so far, going to Death Mountain certainly was the correct play this time. And there's Red Mail in Paradox Cave.
Yeah, it's kind of a coin flip, but the fact that we were arguing about where to go next kind of shows that.
I mean, you know, and that's the thing with Randomizer, you know, just because, like, my reasoning for doing Hera was you had 10 items plus you had access to a crystal. All right, we got the book in Paradox Cave. But, you know, to your point, I mean, this is Randomizer. There could have been absolutely bupkis here, and Fire Rod, Titan's Mitts could have been waiting for us in Village of Outcasts. Like, it's not necessarily, neither play was necessarily bad. It's just which one was correct this time. And Numberplay gonna do a Spike Cave check. Now this is another point I should point out from race number 1. The mirror was in Spike Cave, and saltyphry checked that really early. So this doesn't surprise me that Numberplay is doing a early Spike Cave check when he can. But just triple bombs in there this time. Looked like Bombos was what was needed for Turtle Rock, so we already have that.
Answer a question in the chat. Numberplay in Swiss was 6-1. Salty was 5-2.
And with that book, we're gonna get an Ether Tablet check, and then I imagine saltyphry will do Spike Cave after that. And just mow money on the Ether Tablet. All right, Numberplay is into Hera.
And Salty is, in fact, doing the Spike Cave check.
All right, so certainly Skullwoods would be the next logical location to go to. You could also do Desert, but I imagine, you know, to your point earlier about the item density in Village of Outcasts, I would guess that Skullwoods and Village of Outcasts would be next.
I would guess that as well. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to do Desert just because you don't necessarily have to do Mire.
Trekka guy asking, is book needed for tablets? Yes, because in the vanilla game, you have to read the tablet to see that it says hold your master sword up in the air. It doesn't assume, the game assumes you don't know that that's what you have to do.
Numberplay taking the safe route down to the big chest. Salty successfully pulled off a bomb jump there earlier, but that is a very painful time loss if you fail that, so I don't blame him for doing the safety strat.
saltyphry remembering that there's a full magic refill there and bonking that before making his way into Skullwoods. Yeah, but the bomb jump on in Hera, the way you can extend the hitbox is you plant the bomb, and then you bonk yourself off the wall, and that gets you a bigger range to try to get that bomb jump executed.
Still has to be practiced as somebody who has missed that with the boots a bunch of times.
I've missed it just as much, so I'm not saying I'm an expert on it. I just know what, in theory, you're supposed to do.
Like, the timing on the boots is a little deceptive. Nothing much going on so far in Skull Woods for Salty.
Yeah, we found the first item, which is just a 5-arrow upgrade. Go ahead.
Heading to the back now, and you know what? I bet we're gonna get a pedestal check.
He still has the mirror out. And
I think after.
Nope, going in.
We'll get one after. There's no reason not to check this here.
Well, at this point, it's Ice Rod or Hook Shot. That's about all we have left.
Or, of course, if the Ice Rod Hook Shot is hidden in Mire, and the Mire Medallion is Ether. Or any number of fetch quest items.
Yeah, there's still possibilities. Well, no, if Mire's a pendant, if Ether was...
Oh, yeah, it can't be on. That's right.
And down goes Mothula. All right, second chest here in the back. Well, the only chest, second item location, small key. Now we're getting that pedestal check. Let's see what we got. Just couch cash.
So obviously that ends as being a pedestal seat.
So we still have one more item in Skullwoods to find. There's the big key. And there's the second item, a heart container, so Skullwoods is done. Alright, so Numberplay, heading back to the Village of Outcasts area. Probably head for Skullwoods next as well. saltyphry is retracing Numberplay steps of doing Graveyard Ledge, and he's already done King's Tomb. All right, where does saltyphry go next?
I'm surprised he didn't head down to.
Bombos.
Did he do Village of Outcasts? He did do Village of
No,
Outcasts.
he didn't. I gotta imagine this is Bombos tablet to desert.
Yes, I would think so.
Numberplay also doing a pedestal check, and we'll see that it's just couch cash. Getting mirror bumped twice though. There you go. And just a little bit of love on the Bombos tablet. And we are going to see a desert play from saltyphry.
That's the right play to make here. It's a crystal.
All right, big key to start. Triple bombs on the torch. You gotta wonder how those things don't go boom when they're right underneath a fire source. And saltyphry is gonna gamble that Lamulus has the item before doing right side of desert.
It's actually not a horrible gamble considering he'll be put not far away from where he was anyway.
Yeah, it certainly is a way to do it, I guess. I don't really know what else to say, but yeah, you gotta beat Lammo anyway, so it certainly is a way to route it. All right, Numberplay has Mothula down.
And Salty is going to try to do the quick kill on Lambo, and looks like he's going to get it. No, just missed it.
Just a bit outside. There you go.
Oh, no luck.
So we're still flippers, hook shot, and ice rod away from go mode at this point. There's still one item in Thieves Town that we have not seen. There's the Jeremiah chain that I believe Numberplay is starting. So there's still about 4 or 5 locations where the next progression can be. And, oh, there's the ice rod! That means Turtle Rock is full clearable at this point.
Yes, it is. That is the play for Salty, it sure looks like. We're not that far from go mode.
Just flippers and hook shot at this point.
Yep. And pretty much one of the highest chest density dungeons out there coming up right now in Turtle Rock.
5 bomb upgrade from Jeremiah. Did Numberplay do Peg Cave yet?
I'm not sure.
Chat saying he did.
Okay.
Okay, it was Star Wars 999 was saying that he did it before Jeremiah. But just a little bit of love. Alright, so we're gonna have a full clearable yet still early dip into Turtle Rock.
The longest form of dip, the full dip.
Mm-hmm. Numberplay is gonna head to Desert. And saltyphry, knowing that without the hook shot, you got to do it the way the game intended you to hit those torches and going down as opposed to up.
And the flippers.
Oh, there's the... Alright, so we're a hook shot away from go mode.
And still a ton more items in Turtle Rock.
4 more to be exact. Alright, so with the way that is set up, the big key is going to be in its vanilla location. D Rossi 1. It would be awesome if Hookshot was in Hookshot Cave again. saltyphry did check the first chest, it was not there. All right, Numberplay did right side first and got the ice rod. So once he does Lammo, we'll see where Numberplay goes. Although it looks like with flippers, because ice and swamp both logically require them. Turtle Rock, the seed wanted you to do Turtle Rock before swamp and ice.
Salty's still needing an item for Go mode, so he's going to go out to the Mimic Cave. The Salty has a solid half a dungeon lead at this point.
Or gonna skip Mimic Cave.
Oh, that's an interesting play. He just remembered. Wonder if he was just checking the big chest. Maybe it's there and you don't have to do this at all.
We can certainly ask him when we get to the interview.
Yeah.
But it was just a little bit of love anyway, so even if he forgot it, it wouldn't have been a problem. Sprecher's Crow in chat saying, skipping Mimic until after Big Chest when you're one item from Go mode has been the meta play for weeks now, so it's apparently something I have missed.
It's just because you might get the one item in the big chest and it'll save you a solid 10 seconds. I can see why that would be.
Yeah, it makes. Again, it's one of those things that it makes sense, but the way my muscle memory works, I would still be doing Mimic Cave before Big Chest.
It's probably why we're both talking here and not playing in Top 64.
This is where these are the points where I usually remind chat that I suck at this game. Oh, Numberplay getting dead rocked. Twice that even.
I'm no better, I only went 3 and 4 in Swiss.
Technically, I was 3 and 4 in Swiss also.
Salty gonna do the safety hatch. I guess with the Master Sword, it's not a bad idea.
And Numberplay is gonna be entering Turtle Rock as saltyphry is heading into Trinex.
And Salty will be hitting Trinex now. Hey Jex, why is Trinex called Trinex?
Because it has 3 necks.
No, it's because it's what his mother named him.
That's actually the second time someone has done that pun on me on a race.
Yeah, the first time was also me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Glad to see if you would remember.
Alright, Trinex is down for saltyphry. And just a 10 bomb upgrade, so I would certainly be heading for Ice Palace next because Ice Palace is full clearable at this point since you have the Cane of Brian. So I would certainly be doing that before Swamp.
Without a doubt. Unfortunately, the other major crystal is on Swamp, so it's not going to be in the Fat Fairy Cave. Ice Palace is a crystal. This is the easiest decision to make.
Yep. Well, you can't get into Mire. The thing is, you can't get into Mire without the flute. Thieves
Nope.
Town, you know, again, being the pendant that it is. And Swamp Palace you could do, but your hook shot locked out of the back.
And this one you can do... Yeah, by logic, you can get a number of chests. You technically need the hook shot to get to the iced tea room. So it depends on whether this first item is a key or not.
You actually don't. In vanilla, you would go to the iced tea room with that. You do the iced tea room before you go up through the top part.
Right. Oh no, it's the top part then. The I know there's logic for hookshot in this.
I've looked at the logic for it before. What I believe is, if you have a small key, if the let me remember this correctly. You need the hook shot unless all the keys are in that left side. As long as there's one key available in the item location, then you can get through to those 3 chests.
Yeah. That is correct. No, I'm thinking it through. Salty taking care of the bomb jump, no problem. This is a slightly more annoying way to do this because no hookshot means you can't skip this fire bar. Really nicely done.
Yeah, with only being on Master Sword, Sword Spin will not take the Pen Gators out, so using those 2 bombs strategically placed will take care of all of them. All right, piece of heart there.
Salty gonna opt to exit out and go check the other spots.
Well, he doesn't have the big key, so he can't do that.
Nope.
And we haven't seen a small key yet, so...
Still a nice tea room, and again, that might not be in logic, but you can certainly get to those rooms with a bomb jump. But the hookshot won't be behind it if there's no small key in this next chest. But there is.
There's that small key.
Salty gonna walk back around. Push a block down from the right side. and actually flip the switch. No. He's just going to opt to go ahead and do,
He's gonna gamble cold stare.
Alright.
Which I think, considering we haven't seen the big key, and we only got one of the 2 small keys, I think we're just 1 item left, maybe?
Yes. So, gamble it's here. It's a 1 in 4 chance at this point. One in 5 actually, because the big key could be here. Not the easiest cold stare fight either with the Master Sword.
You got red mail though, so that will help with the cold stare hugs, and down he goes.
Just a key. So now what? Do you walk back in and get that last chest, or do you turn around and head to Swamp, or finish Thieves Town?
We're about to see what saltyphry does.
I would almost say, let's let the dice fall on Ice Palace. Let me go to Swamp. Let's see if I get lucky.
Now what's interesting to note is saltyphry did this in the first race. He did Swamp Palace and gambled that left side didn't have anything. The ironic thing was the big chest had the ice rod, and Ether Medallion was on the left side of Swamp, but you didn't need Ether for Mire, and Turtle Rock was a pendant. So it worked out for him. Now he's making the same gamble again. We're gonna see if that pays off for him again.
It's actually been pointed out to me he hasn't dipped Thieves Town, so this is almost certainly a Thieves Town dip. Oh! He hasn't done the chess game either, I guess.
Nope. He never went into He's never gone into Village of Outcasts.
Okay, so this is the check first. He's going to check all Village of Outcasts first, and I would guess either full clear or maybe get those 3 items out of the front of Thieves Town and leave.
We shall certainly see. We know from Numberplay that there are 3 items. None of them are of any importance in the front. So you're really just, at that point, just gambling on the 1 in the back, plus the green pendant, whatever Sahasrahla has. But this is gonna be interesting, because, like I said, saltyphry did this with Swamp Palace in the first race, and it paid off for him. So, leaving Ice Palace when there's still items in there, you know, we'll see if that pays off for him again.
Salty still hasn't turned in the blacksmith or anything yet either, so he's going to go to take care of that.
All right, so knowing what we know, I certainly can understand doing Village of Outcasts because the item density that's here.
Numberplay takes a fall after the bomb jump.
Hits
it right back.
Yep. anyway, so I can certainly see why saltyphry is doing Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town, because that's the biggest item density, but if Thieves Town doesn't have anything, do you gamble? I gotta think you gamble hook shots in Swamp.
Yeah, I would say so too.
And actually, rewatching Numberplay, there's 2 items in Ice Palace that saltyphry left behind.
Yeah. And they could very easily be the hook shot because that small key appeared in the IC room. And I don't know if Salty is just taking a big gamble or if he maybe not aware of that fact. He's thinking that without the hook shot, those items can't be the hook shot.
We can certainly ask when we get to the interview.
Yes. But this is a real opportunity for Numberplay if he opts to full clear this dungeon and the hook shots here.
Yeah, because the small key is in the iced tea room, the 3 chests in the top portion of Ice Palace are accessible by logic. Chad also pointing out we have not seen Catfish yet.
No, we have not seen Catfish yet. Have we seen Pyramid Ledge?
Yeah, that was where
Yes.
Canis Samaria was.
Yes, that's correct.
Wasn't it? Because that was the Agaseed.
Right.
Or this is one.
Yes. Oh, Numberplay just missing the bomb jump. And I think Numberplay, just because he missed that bomb jump, is gonna wind up making the same play. Well, maybe not. Nope, he's going down.
He's going down.
He may walk back in.
Alright, small key there. Still waiting on the last item in Thieves Town, plus whatever's on the big chest. Or, I mean, on Sahasrahla.
Yeah, this is when you definitely clear now. Alright, it's gonna be on blind.
Numberplay's Cold Stare fight is going to be a little easier because he's got Tempered Sword. saltyphry just got the Tempered Sword because this was his first visit to this Village of Outcasts in Thieves Town.
Blind, the one enemy in the game that is not really affected by weapon strength. 3 hits with anything, no matter what, will burn through a phase.
Numberplay skipping out of Ice Palace as well.
So you can maybe hang for Catfish.
Alright, $5 on Blind and the Green Pendant. And you're right, he's going to Catfish.
Salty gonna have to go turn his chest. Over to Gary.
And just a big 20 from Catfish.
Numberplay still has not done Zora. This is the reasoning for going to Catfish.
Alright, let's see what we got. Buy bum upgrade.
This is the time you go into Swamp.
Alright, we have a new runner in our chat asking, what does it mean if the crystal on the map is red? It means it is a 5-6 crystal, which you can use to get the Fat Fairy. That is a thing that we added, or I haven't coded this randomizer, that the people who have coded the randomizer put that in so that it's easier to tell what the crystal is.
Oh, is Numberplay gonna go straight to Swamp?
Sure looks like it.
Oh, wow, this might be a very close race in a second. In fact, Numberplay's gonna pull into the lead if Hookshot is in fact in Swamp. I don't know where else it could be at this point. Outside of Ice Palace, maybe?
We've pretty much checked everything.
Salty's gonna go in the Swamp as well. Yeah, it's Ice Palace or Swamp Palace now.
Now he's leaving the portal. Since he's already done Bombo's Tablet, he's leaving the portal there so he can turn in the lunchbox and then go into Swamp Palace. So we're pretty much going to be neck and neck at this point. By virtue of the fact that Numberplay noped out of Thieves Town early, and we know that Thieves Town doesn't have anything. Interesting way to walk through the portal using
I never knew you could do that. I was about to say, like, this seems like a mistake because you never drain the swamp.
But something I learned today. But anyway, by virtue of the fact that Numberplay noped out of Thieves Town, and we know the last, both the green pendant and the last item on blind were nothing. This is how we're pretty much gonna be neck and neck heading into the rest of this race.
Well, that's provided Numberplay doesn't decide to go back into Thieves Town after finding flute or something in here, or nothing.
That is true. There's 3 item locations for certain we can access. Well, yeah, it would be 3, because if the big key is one of them, that, you know, the big key would lead to a new location, so.
Alright, so we got the south room here.
Alright, there's compass.
Those are possibly our last 2 chests.
Well, if it's the big key, it'll just lead to the big chest, which will then be the second one. So yeah, we've got effectively 2 item locations left.
Well, half of this long way can't get that first key to shorten up that left side.
All right, first chest. heart container.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Second chest. Half magic. The hook shot is not here.
And where do you go next? Do you go back to ice? Or is Numberplay going back to Thieves Town?
Numberplay is going back to Thieves Town.
Oh no. So, progression has to be at Ice Palace. It could be the hook shot, or it could be the flute or a fetch quest item at this point. So let's see what Salty does.
He's gonna check catfish first. He has not checked.
Unfortunately, with Numberplay doing this, he had a slight advantage, but he's gonna cede the lead back to saltyphry at this point, because we know this is not gonna lead to anything.
No, and this is gonna take up quite a bit of time.
Chat asking, like, all the different things that they've checked. They have checked everything. The only both of them noped out of Ice Palace without checking the 3 chests on the left side, which was accessible because they had a... Oh, saltyphry missed.
That happens.
There you go.
Think back to Ice Palace. Numberplay was trying to go get those chests. He missed his bomb jump.
We're certainly going to have to ask both of them in the interview portion if they remember or what their thought was in Ice Palace.
And yep, Salty gonna head right on up to Ice Palace. No, has he not checked the hobo?
He hasn't done hobo yet. He water walked and did Waterfall of Wishing and Zora. He never did hobo.
That's gonna get Numberplay a shot.
It's gonna give him back a little bit of time. But he's still gonna be behind.
Yeah, but it's nothing a side of Gan's tower couldn't fix.
I mean, that is certainly true. And now saltyphry is heading back to Ice Palace. All right, so we have 4 locations left. We have not seen the big key. So we have 2 items, the big key, and I want to say a small key, because we've seen the map and the compass, I believe.
Unless we're missing something, one of those items has to be the hook shot.
Or the flute. Or a fetch quest
Correct.
item. But to your point, it is progression that will lead to the hook shot.
Because Numberplay's going to turn in Sarashula after this. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
All right, blind down for Numberplay. We have a lot of people. I think we have some people joining us in chat. A lot of people asking about different locations. They have checked everything. All that is left in that they can check is the 3 chest locations in Ice Palace that both runners noped out of.
No reason to do this bomb jump.
Nope, because you're not going back down.
Nope. Also, in case you're just joining us, and you would like to listen to this in French, perhaps, we have a French restream of this match going on right now. Speed Gaming Francais, our good friend Ninban, casting this in French.
Certainly so. All right, back to business. 3 chests here. There's compass. Okay, so I was wrong. It was map and 2 keys, I guess it was. So we've got 2 items and the big key left. There's the big key. All right, there's a heart container, so we got the big chest left. That has to have some form of progression, either fetch quest, flute, or hook shot.
And here comes Numberplay. Man, that bomb jump from earlier, that quite possibly could have knocked him out of this tournament. Missing that bomb jump.
All right, moment of truth. What do we got?
The hook shot!
1 hour, 38 minutes, 25 seconds. saltyphry is in go mode.
In case you're just joining us, these chests were missed on the original path through for both runners. Salty just taking a gamble. Numberplay wanted to go back and do it. He had to bomb jump back over to make a fast route up there. He just missed it and opted to proceed with a gamble. The bomb jump back to the big key room. Room above the big key room.
All right, someone, a new runner also asking, what does go mode mean? It means at this point, you have all the items to beat the game. You just have to go find the big key in whatever remaining dungeons you have, and then just go beat the boss.
I guarantee you Salty feels very behind right now.
I would certainly have to imagine. It's going to be interesting to ask. The 2 questions we're going to need to ask both of them is, it seems like, did they know that those chests were in logic, and was Numberplay trying to bomb jump in order to do those checks?
Thanks to the new logic, this room stays flooded.
Very nice.
Permanently now.
Now, is it just this room, or is the next room, or in the left side, also permanently?
No, because the left side you can drown a key.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But that room you can't possibly drown that key, so.
Yep.
I think it's a little different in Key Sanity, perhaps.
No, because
Nope.
even in Key Sanity, you need the small key that's in the chest. You need that just to get in, and then there are no more small keys in chests, so it would be the same logic.
The second I thought about that, I realized that, oh yeah, no, the Swamp Palace small key was as important as like the Gans Tower big key in Key Sanity.
Numberplay bombs the big chest.
Yeah, I would too.
I think he knows.
Hey, we're heading for the last boss before Gans Tower. I think we're going to get ready to set up our game. If you have subscribed, donate on Patreon, or put in, what is it, 250 bits?
Yep.
We can start the big key guessing game.
We will be doing that once saltyphry finishes Argus, though.
Yes. Once he finishes, and after I start the bot, and you'll see it. Please enter a number between 1 and 22. That corresponds to the 22 chests in Lower Gans Tower. One of those chests has the big key. Closest subscriber to answer first gets our leaderboard. I guess 3.
I'm gonna go 6.
I always guess 1, but today I'm feeling 3. We're going to close this off the second Salty enters Gans Tower. Because for once we actually have a long time between a boss kill and Gans Tower.
But that ice house, we're certainly gonna have to ask both of them about that. I mean, I just gotta tell you, from watching race number 1 and seeing the gamble saltyphry did on Swamp Palace, I'm still amazed that skipping out on a dungeon again, this time burned him, but unfortunately Numberplay did the same thing. And with that, guesses are officially closed. saltyphry is gonna go left side first. So, Torch is chest number 1. Small key. Someone asking in chat, the Triforces mean wins. With this being in the bracket stage, it is a best of 3. saltyphry has 1 win. Number 2, small key. Number 3, 5 arrow upgrade. Number 4, 20 bucks 5. Shovel. Going Dark Magician, doing the first 5 chests, and then going right side. 6, triple bomb. 7, small key.
Why is that called Dark Magician strats?
I believe someone named Dark Magician came up with that, because it's actually, if I understand correctly, it's faster if you're trying to get to Ice Armos and NMG to go that route than trying to do the full left route. I might be wrong on that, but that's what I believe it is.
Found the flute finally.
Yeah, I lost. We were talking about that. I lost my count. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're at 12. 12 will be the next. 12 will be the next check, and
Yes.
he is gonna go full right and go to Ice Armos.
You very rarely see these rooms. Number goes full left. This might get it's in left side. This might get very interesting. That's 12.
5 bomb upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, down go the Armos Knights. 13, Fisher Price, my first shield. 14, piece of heart. 15, another piece of heart.
Oh man, if Numberplay goes left. No matter what, we're gonna count it off as salties for the game. Oh, he's going right. Just check those first 2 chests and go left. Just check those first 2 chests and leave.
There is a small key on that side, though.
I know. Oh, and he's gonna go right.
16. There it is. Or was that 17? I forgot my count. Hold on. No, that was 16. So oh, sorry, I stepped on you there. The first number supporter correctly. Guess that was Morbus 99.
Hey, congratulations to Morbus 99.
Oh, and Numberplay's doing Tile Room 2. Oh boy.
Oh, that was his last realistic chance to catch up. With the silver arrows and the red sword, you might see one Ganon fall maybe, but at this point it's going to take more than that.
What was interesting about that first race was, whatever go mode was, I forget what it was, but it was for Meyer, so I think it was a flute. And so Numberplay went to Meyer first and was in go mode, and Tempered was in Meyer Shed, and Buttered was in Checkerboard Cave. So even though saltyphry had a lead at that point, saltyphry was able to do Butter Sword Silverless. Numberplay had to do Master Sword Silverless.
Don't look now, but Salty has 3 hearts, and he didn't opt to go pick up the fairy.
He has a red potion though, so hopefully he's cognizant of that. Very nicely done.
One of those fun things you can show your friends if you've ever speedrun this game at all. It makes you look like a wizard to people who don't speedrun it, doing that Canistamaria wizard attack. It's not particularly hard if you know about it.
All right, Numberplay has the big key.
This is more than a little brave of Salty.
Well, he's about to pick up the fairies there.
Nice.
All right. Saltyphry will be on his way to Aga 2. And then Ganon. And as long as he doesn't mess up here, that will put him in the round of 32. Time for Geometry Wars. Oh, just a little bit off for a triple. Gets a double there, so we're at 4.
2 more hits, that's all it takes.
But gets blue balled there. So just 1 more to go.
There we go.
There we go. All right. Big pig time for Saltyphry.
Apologies to those in chat, I keep forgetting about the delay.
Alright, that should be phase 3 for Saltyphry.
Almost in the phase 4.
Alright, just 4 arrows to the face and he's into the round of 32. There's 1. Missed the torch glitch. Sorry.
1 more arrow.
Gets a double. There we have it.
Hold on, 1 more arrow and successfully walking across this bridge. I have seen people jump this. But Salty does not.
And with that, Saltyphry is into the round of 32 and finishes with an official SRTV time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 42 seconds. Spam those GGs in chat. And joining us in chat is Saltyphry. GG.
Thank you.
All right, so as you know, I commentated your first race, so I saw what you did in Swamp House in race number 1. So I gotta know, why'd you dip out of Ice Palace early?
To be fair, this time I legitimately thought the hookshot could not be in Ice Palace. I left thinking that the top part of that dungeon was hookshot locked and the hookshot could not be there. So that's why I left that time. That was not the same situation as Swamp Palace was the other night.
All right, so the truth of the matter is that as long as there is a small key, which there was in the iced tea room, that those 3 chests are in logic.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess. Well, I've learned that now. I learned my lesson tonight, obviously. And based on what happened, I'm guessing he must have done the exact same thing, because otherwise I see no way that I would have won this.
Well, so we're gonna ask him because he tried to bomb jump like he knew that it was still in logic, but he failed, and then Numberplay failed and then noped out. So he was actually ahead of you in Swamp Palace because he did the first 4 chests in Thieves Town and then noped out while you were in Death Mountain.
Yeah, by the time I went to Thieves Town, it was pretty much full clear it or nothing. There wasn't really a whole lot of option of just doing the first 4 at that point in time.
Exactly, and so what ended up happening was because he didn't finish Thieves Town, he actually took a bit of a lead on you inside of Swamp Palace, but instead of going back to Ice, he went back to Thieves Town, and that's pretty much where the race turned.
I see, that kind of makes sense. That's too bad. I guess we both kind of had our big issues in this one. And then even the start was kind of dragging on forever there. It felt like finally it seemed like you were going to get somewhere. And like, all right, I'm going to get the power glove, I figure, from one of these locations. And no, I get 2 swords instead and sends me to Egg. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, and you pretty much had to do everything in order to get those 2 swords.
Yeah, pretty much. It's almost, I was thinking, like, is there any way around, like, any way I could have skipped any of this whatsoever? Like, could have I done this without doing Eastern? And I'm like, no, that wasn't happening. Like, basically, you have to go all the way over to Ice Rod Cave at some point, all the way back to Aegina's Cave at another point in time. Like, that was pretty ridiculous to start off, to be honest with you.
Oh no, Numberplay just took a fall again.
Ouch.
He'll have to save and quit to get the heart refill.
Yeah, and he knows he's lost at this point, but he's just gonna soldier on through. So question for you, saltyphry. You were falling into the pit in Ice Rod Cave. Was that to set up the water walk?
Yes. Well, I didn't mean to fall into the pit. I was just trying to get close to it. It's basically right on the edge, more or less, and then dashing out the door.
Okay.
We want to give a shout out to Numberplay for not forfeiting here, finishing out this race after that fall.
So, honestly, the seed really wasn't that. Really was, other than the hook shot, wasn't all that trolly.
Pretty linear, actually.
Yeah, once you finally got to Dark World there, it kind of all seemed to fall into place pretty quickly for me. I just kind of went from one dungeon to another, kind of like I tend to do. Got my first crystal, I think, 40 minutes in, and then by like an hour 10, I think I had 5 or 6 done all of a sudden, so caught on pretty quickly once I actually got to Dark World, at least.
Yeah, and also going, like, it kind of was the same with your first race, where you happened to go to the right places where progression was, where this time where it was Death Mountain, where the Fire Rod and Titan's Mitts were. Because Numberplay did Thieves Town instead of going to Death Mountain that first time.
Yeah, I always just head for the crystals that I can beat. Like, Hera was beatable at that point in time, so I went up there. Actually, the other interesting thing is when I got that Ice Rod in Desert, like, I was thinking before that, I'm like, all right, I can either go to Thieves Town after this, or I can go up and gamble on Turtle Rock without the Ice Rod. And I had already decided I was going up to Turtle Rock. The Ice Rod just made it that much sweeter at that point in time.
And with that, Numberplay has finished with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 0 minutes, and 1 second. GG's in chat to him. And joining us in chat is Numberplay. GG.
GG.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Ridley.
We gotta ask you this question, and I hate it. I hate to see it, but were you trying to do that bomb jump in Ice Palace to get back to those other chests?
Yes.
That made the difference.
Yep, and I was super mad.
Yeah.
I ended up clearing Swamp, went back to Thieves Town, did Zora. If I just finished Ice instead, I would have won that race.
No, that's how close it was. If you were on 1 pixel, I think you were bait 1 pixel off of that bomb jump. If you were on the right pixel, this would be 1-1.
And I actually assumed that Ice was hookshot luck for a while. That's why I put it last.
Yeah, it's not.
So did Salty. Yeah, we had a pretty long discussion about it actually, in commentary.
Because the small key was in the iced tea room, that is how it is that those 3 chests were in logic. But yeah, I mean, the way this race basically played out was when you guys got to Dark World after Pod, Numberplay, you went over to Village of Outcast area, and then that was when saltyphry went to Death Mountain. So he basically had a lead on you for most of the race. But when he noped out, of Ice Palace, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but basically, oh yeah, he went to Thieves Town after that, before Swamp, and did all of the Village of Outcast area, and so you actually had a lead on him in Swamp Palace, but then when you went back to Thieves Town, he went back to Ice Palace, because that was all he had left.
Oh.
So, sorry to break it to you, man.
Yeah, I know. With the time he had, I knew it was actually closer than I thought. I was assuming he would finish the seed while I was in ice, back in ice.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Well, I wasn't really sure. I didn't actually have the screen up until the very, very end. I pulled it up during Agate 2 and was kind of surprised that I still had a chance to win at that point in time, because I figured it was long over.
Yeah, you both pretty much checked everything until going back to Ice Palace.
Yeah, it was literally my last place, because like I said, I thought it was a hookshot lock. I didn't even think the hookshot could be there. I was literally thinking I had missed something somewhere else, and I was just going through there trying to think of anything that I had missed at that point in time.
It's a bummer, but that does happen sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's not the first time I've had stuff like this happen. It'll happen. I just got lucky, I guess, to pull it. Since I won, I guess I can't complain too much about it all.
Yeah, and with that, saltyphry, you do advance to the round of 32 with that with the second win. So, how are you feeling making it into the top 32?
That feels great to make it this far. It's only going to get tougher from here, that's for sure. I mean, just making it this far has been tough. All the competition's been top notch at this point in time in the brackets, so it's only going to get tougher from here.
Just out of curiosity, what were your expectations going into the tournament?
I wanted to make it to the brackets and just see what happens from there.
I'm actually surprised I made it to the brackets, actually. I didn't think I would be good enough, and I ended up getting in the top 64.
I was in the fall tournament, and I made it to the big play-in race in that one, so I just kind of missed the brackets in that one, so I was hoping to kind of make it this time, although it was a little different format this time, obviously. That was still kind of my goal one way or another.
Well, congratulations, Salty. Your next match will be between the winner of Ninban and 7 S1s on challenge. Hey, any preference in who you want to face?
Nah, it's all good. One way or another, I'll take whoever they give me and hope for the best.
That's always the best way to go.
All right. Well, any final thoughts from me or saltyphry or Numberplay?
Where was that shield? I never found any.
I'm not even sure if I found any either. Did I find any in GT or not?
You found
Armos.
the paper plate in GT. On the Ice Armos, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you went all the way to Ice Armos. I see.
Yeah, I did the Dark Magician route. Yeah, if people are in the audience ever watching me and I get into GT, if you see me do the Dark Magician route, that means I think I'm behind at that point in time.
Well, I did Tile Room first. I actually thought I was behind as well.
We were all rooting for you just to go left Numberplay. Because I would have caught you up.
Hey, saltyphry, actually remind me that if I remember correctly with the Dark Magician strat, it's actually that route is actually the faster route to Ice Armos, right?
Well, I guess it kind of depends on where the other small key falls. Like if there's a small key on the right side, and if someone goes right side as well. Like I think if you go left side and then come back all the way right, if someone goes and just checks the first 2 chests on the right side and then goes all the way left, I think they'll beat you to Ice Armos. But if they go right side and then check the first part of right side, you'll beat them to Ice Armos that way. So I always just kind of see it as a way of kind of hedging your bets in certain situations. I feel like I'll get to the Stalfos room and Ice Armos faster, most likely with the Dark Magician route, and I'll lose out big time on the Rando room.
I see. All right, well,
I don't know about you guys, but this seed was pretty linear. It was kind of boring, actually.
yeah, that's what we were thinking too.
Yeah, well, you were kind of forced to do literally everything before Aga, pretty much. It would have been nearly impossible to skip anything at that point.
And yeah, all the progression was linear as well.
All right, well, Ridley, any final thoughts from you?
No, I just want to bring up a couple of things on the schedule coming up. First of all, hey, if you enjoyed this and thought maybe I want to play this, we are going to have a fall open mode tournament starting up, I believe, in September. I want to say maybe October.
Yeah, I don't know where the sign up for that will
It's
be.
It'll be in September. So sign-ups to come. Go ahead and join the Link to the Past Randomizer Discord. You'll definitely hear about it if you're on there.
Certainly so. I think we were the last race tonight. So tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have Zeal versus Azazaz on Speed Gaming 2. And then Justin Z versus Alders on Speed Gaming 5. And then we'll have more rando throughout the day. Also, we're doing something extremely cool in September. Speed Gaming will be hosting a live tournament of Link to the Past tournament, Link to the Past Randomizer from September 20th to 23rd. We're going to have some online qualifiers in July and August. The top 8 players will be flown out and have their hotel paid for to rest in Virginia to play for real money. Prize pool of $8,000. So whenever your parents tell you can't make any money playing these old games, well, now you can. So what happens if you live in Reston, Virginia, and don't need the flight or the hotel?
Well, if you make top 8, you still want the hotel just to isolate yourself.
Well, this is the reminder that I suck at this game.
But no, it's really gonna be a cool event. Check it out. I'm gonna post some information in the chat as well. I want to remind everybody to follow the runners.
Certainly follow saltyphry and Numberplay. Let's also give a shout out to Deuce May, our tracker. Did a really great job for tracking all the items for us, as well as our friend Ninban was over on Speed Gaming Francais doing a French commentary on this race. Ridley Dragon, it was certainly a pleasure commentating with you again.
Yes, it was a joy to commentate with you again, Jex. I'm so happy I got you on that joke twice. Go ahead and follow JexRefi, twitch.tv/JexRefi.
And I think with that, we're going to wrap up shop. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.